Just got the notification. I mean, no one was watching it anyway, so it's all right. I think the Twitch was the problem with it. Hey there, Sean. Maybe I actually finally went live with it all. Hopefully everything's going right now. Oh, there's extra P in the in one. Wump.
Every
Ump. I don't know. I don't know what happened there with that one. Yopney. All right. Hopefully everybody's over there now. Good. All right, so let's get back over to that one. So this week in comics, March the 23rd,
yes,
2022. Got a lot of good stuff out this week. I would say none of the quote unquote heavy hitters really. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man's out, Action is out.
That's a fair statement.
But here you want to hear something interesting? There's no book right here. What would go between Barbarella and Ben Reilly?
Batman.
There are no Batman books this week. No true Batman books. No true Batman books with that.
Are there any?
Detective is out this week.
Oh,
so you do have Detective.
So
and you have Harley, which we're going to talk about Harley.
We are going to talk about Harley
today.
It's the start of a new story arc.
New story arc, new character. So that's going to be really exciting on that one. So it seems like this is a week to go explore books. Go try something new that you haven't tried before, maybe. Try some new stuff out. And I tell you, I'm gonna flip through. Actually, you need to talk about Armorclad real quick. So first one, I'm gonna let Joe turn around and talk about real quick because he read it. He was super. We'll go this route with it. All right. So we're gonna first of all say on Armorclad number 1, coming from Valiant. Had I told Joe this is coming from Valiant, I don't think he would have picked it up to begin with. He didn't know it. Then he read it and he said it was
very good.
All right.
It was very good. I'm not here to bash that. I just don't always like some of their superhero stuff in the universe. This doesn't seem to be connected to their superhero universe, and the one or two other times they've done a book or series that did not tie back into the world that they've set have been really good. They've allowed them to go and do other things without having to follow this path that's over here. But Armorclads is really nice. It's you're following a group of miners on an alien planet. In this future, they're mining a special type of ore, kind of like your James Cameron's Avatar. And the not necessarily indigenous people. There are no really indigenous people, but there are creatures there that don't want them there and are actively trying to kill them, like Starship Troopers.
You ain't lying there. I just got to that page on it.
Yeah.
But earlier you talked about Avatar. Also, the images on it, the Armorclads remind me of Warhammer Space Marines from 40K.
Yes. You have two different top exoskeleton classes. You have Armorclads, you have Ironclads. Armorclads are your more Space Marine type of person. They're military police. Whereas your Ironclads are people like me and you that have been genetically altered to survive in harsh environments to do mining. And so their mech suits...
I didn't know you were genetically altered. That's impressive. They forgot to give you hair? Sorry.
Where's my knife?
Where's my knife? You're gonna see violence on the screen.
But yeah, so the Ironclads though, at this point in time, they've been around so long. They're just workers. They're almost treated as second-class citizens. And
so what happens when you have a military in control of second-class citizens? A revolution.
Yep.
So Armorclads looks to be really good, coming from Valiant. I would definitely give it a solid read throughout the day. A lot of fun with it. Pick one of them up here at the shop, or check out on our website. If it's not on the website right now, and make sure it's up later on. All these books we're talking about are available here in store. Most of them are available on our website also. We're working on continuing to improve that. So you can always find things over on our website too, which would be epicosccg.com. So it stands for Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games. That is our name. So come over and check us out over there. Next book I'm going to talk about real quick is coming from Scout Comics, called City of Magi or Magic. Cities of Magic. This is set about 150 to 200 years in the future. Yeah. I know it says at one point 158 years ago, but I don't know if that was whenever they found the magic and now we've moved on past that or not. So,
well, you had the event that happened
150 years ago, but then is that 150 years ago from the day that humankind found the magic, and then they moved on, or is that literally 150 years ago from today? That's what I don't know on it.
Well, some people still know some of the old logos.
Yes.
And know that they are logos, like your Nike symbol.
The Nike swoop. One person's like, is that a protective...
Is that glyph of warding?
Glyph of warding, that was it. They're like, no, it's what they used to call a logo. So you have your magic wielders, and you have some antiquers. But also you definitely have two different factions of magic wielders.
Yeah, definitely.
I do find effect it is set in in what used to be the United States. At one point you see a battle happen in Pittsburgh, and then you end up in Old York. And I found it interesting. There's one little line in there where he says, "Man, old Yorkers are such assholes." So like very much playing on the whole perception of New York and stuff. I don't agree with it. I've got a lot of friends in New York, it was very very interesting with that. So it is a post-apocalyptic world. 150 years ago, the Nexus happened. When the Nexus happened, all technology ceased. Humankind limped onward through darkness after that. So City of Magi, or City of Magic, sorry, I love to say Magi for some reason. I saw someone message over to me. Armorclad is a $4 book. City of Magic is a $5 book. Which one are we going to talk about next?
Let's do that one.
Cool.
Stranger Things has a new miniseries out. And this one is dealing with...
Let's see if I can actually get the name. There's the name for it right down here.
I can't say the name.
Yeah,
it's in the...
wrong side. This side.
Copyright.
Well, copyright actually says how to say the thing?
Yeah, because it uses English lettering.
Oh, gotcha.
Kamchatka. Yeah. But this one takes place in the past. I believe this takes place before the events of Season 3 of Stranger Things. And this is telling of the Russians' side of things and how their first encounter with a Demogorgon went. And some of the people's experience with that over there. And it's a very different experience because it's a very different culture and government. And how they look at things and what they're allowed to do and not do out in the open. So.
And then they obviously capture first page you see a Demogorgon has been captured.
Yeah, they actually captured and caged a Demogorgon.
And feed him.
So, I think it'll turn out to be really good. I think it'll be
4-part miniseries going on with it.
Yeah, 4-part miniseries. So it's not a long-term investment. You get in, you get it, and read it, and then read that, and then maybe go back and watch some of the things that happened in Season 3 again.
Okay.
So you're looking at, but you have a little bit more backstory and dealing with some of the Russian characters, hopefully.
I really enjoyed, especially whenever TV shows utilize the comic medium to tell the stories they didn't get a chance to.
Yes.
And so that's going to actually bounce me over to another one, which someone asked about this one. This is not new this week, but The Expanse. No. The Expanse is, this is a graphic novel we got some of the floppies in that store, but this is issues 1 through 4 of The Expanse. This is set between seasons 4 and 5. So in between seasons 4 and 5, if you are a fan of The Expanse, which you should be, this is a story that's going on in between it. You need the opportunity to see something they didn't. Maybe the creative team thought, this would be a good idea, but then the producer or the director's like, there's no way we can do that part, or we don't have enough time to, so you got to cut things out. It gives you another ability with it.
Yeah.
And we've seen this going on. Obviously, the Expanse has done it. Firefly continues to do it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, whenever it got canceled years, like a decade ago now, whatever, it continued into, like, you have more seasons for it. It went on for 5 or 6 seasons after that. So you're starting to see more and more of them. Obviously, Stranger Things does that. Stranger Things telling a whole story that's not there. And there's been, this is miniseries 6 or 7 now for Stranger Things. There's been a lot
I believe
of them.
this is 6.
Yeah. So and they always do little 4-part miniseries with it. So there's going on with it.
Rogues, yeah.
Sure, you want to talk about it next?
So, new from DC, Black Label. It's prestige format, which means it's magazine size.
This is a magazine size. You'll see.
So,
here's Stranger Things versus it. It doesn't,
yeah.
It is a bigger book from it. I'm going to drop something. My bad. I know where that's going now. So, Rogues number 1, prestige format.
You are set in the future where the Rogues have either retired or died.
Well, here you go. You want me to read the synopsis on the back of it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the deal. 10 years ago, the Rogues disbanded and went their separate ways. But time hasn't been kind to the former blue-collared supercriminals.
No, it hasn't.
Caught in an endless cycle of prison, rehab, dead-end jobs, broken relationships, probation, and bottomless fees. Reinstitution fees?
Restitution
fees. Whoo, Lord Mighty.
So the government made them pay
Yep,
restitution
exactly.
for all the stuff they did.
The Rogues are sick of paying for their crimes. Luckily, Captain Cold has a plan. One last job that will leave them all richer than their wildest dreams and free from their past, if they can survive.
Yeah.
The Rogues plan to steal the world's largest stockpile of undocumented, untraceable gold from...
You going to tell them who?
It says it right here. I'm reading just the synopsis of it. From Gorilla Grodd, sorry. I've always said Groot for some reason. He's always been Groot in my brain. A supervillain, now turned ruthless boss of the world's largest crime syndicate on Earth. So there's the synopsis on it.
A telepathic gorilla. Yeah, nothing could go wrong with this one.
Never anything go wrong with that part. So there's Rogue from it. Why'd you write sad?
Who wrote sad?
Somebody wrote sad right there.
I wrote sad.
That's really weird.
Yeah, you're assuming I can actually type.
On that little bit keyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you could. I don't know what the problem was.
This is what moves fast. Not this.
Yeah, that's true. So Rogues is very. You're talking about like the lineup in there of the Rogues. Like, they went deep on it.
Yeah, because some of the Rogues are dead.
Correct.
And some of them are not up to par.
Age has not. The years have not been kind for them.
Age and life choices. How about that? Life choices. Yeah, that's not good. Not good.
What you want to do next?
Let's talk about Venom.
Venom it is. Venom, Lethal Protector number 1, not to be... Hey there, Jamie. Happy Wednesday. Lethal Protector number 1, not to be confused with Lethal Protector number 1 from the 90s, but should be referenced.
This one will take place roughly the same time frame, maybe a little bit after that one. All it says is this is visiting the early days of Venom when he decided to be good, bad, or
New York City some years ago.
Yeah, some years ago. So the very first thing. So who's writing this?
David Michelin. I don't know the writer.
I believe he had something to do with the original miniseries as well. But he's actually drawn in characters from Spider-Man 367 way back, around the time of Lethal Protector. It was a Blood Spider, Jagged Bow, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Yeah.
That guy.
That's...
That matter.
Yeah, but I like it when people dip back into Marvel's past with unknown or very little used characters. These were characters that were trained by Taskmaster to be like an evil version of Captain America, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man.
Oh yes, I remember that part.
But Taskmaster trained all of these people. They're not great.
They're not very good. No, I mean like Venom in that first scene, like the Blood Spider is limping off, holding their shoulder, like oh god,
Yeah.
So
So it's him dealing with that, and him dealing with the concept of right and wrong, and doing what he thinks is right, but is still more wrong. Homeless man asks for change. At first, he blows him off. Then the symbiote says, "Hey, we should help them." You're right. We should help them. So his next 5 steps brings him in front of a jewelry store. Well, jewelry is money. Smash, grab. Here you go. So as soon as he hands it off to them, the cops are right there. They arrest the guy because he broke into the jewelry store.
He broke into it. Oh, that's fun. You know,
He gives him free room and board.
Sure. Yeah, maybe 3 squares a day.
Yep.
3 squares a day. So, go hit on this one real quick.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull up so Judge, you got to pull the synopsis up on this. This one is called Ghost Cage. Ghost Cage is coming in from Image, coming in at $5.99. It is a $5.99 book coming in for you on that one. Judge, you're gonna grab that synopsis on it again. It is set in the future. I do remember that part of it. It is go for it.
When his megacorp power plant is attacked by terrorists, the super scientist who revolutionized and controls all energy on Earth, sends his ultimate creation and an adequate employee to destroy his most monstrous secrets before they can be revealed.
Interesting.
And there's this huge power plant tower, and it's sectioned off with numbers.
Yeah, I see that the OHM level 1.
And part of the things is each section's a different type of energy.
Yeah, interesting.
Coal, hydro, nuclear, so on and so forth.
Interesting. There's coal. Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting aspect. It is in black and white. It is done in a style reminiscent of some mangas I've read.
Yeah.
It is not backwards. It's not done that way, but the art style itself with the black and white and the lines of how they depict certain things.
It definitely has a Japanese feel to it.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's coming in at $5.99 on
I think that's
Ghost
from
Cage.
Image.
That is from Image. That's from Image. I'm going to throw one in that's not new to other shops, but we're carrying it here in the store now. It's a book called Essence. This is a graphic novel. So it is a graphic novel because it's not collecting anything. We have it here at the store for $20. It is a Kickstarter. We met this creator at Atlanta this past weekend at a comic convention we're at. His name, Charles Dobbs, Dobes.
Yeah, Dobbs.
So Charles around and shows us this is volume 1. Number 2 is out on Kickstarter right now. I'll be sharing that out later on. It is called Essence, Destiny of the 12 Warriors.
So we're going to get an assembled cast of characters
Along the way, but this one only has really focused on the first one.
The first
two of them in there.
First 2 chapters, I guess, issues.
Yeah.
It focuses mainly on this guy, and then the second chapter you get introduced to another young man, super strong. It very much has a little bit of that Last Airbender.
It does.
feel.
It definitely has some Avatar Last Airbender feel with it, but some other bits.
I would say it's also friendly like the Stan Lee's Chakra that he did.
Yep. I remember Shocker with it. Along with it, when I was talking with Charles, he said that he is even working on a role-playing. He has a role-playing universe he's built with it, like the stats for all the characters, stuff like that.
Nice.
So if you really get in and enjoy it, we do have it here in the store. We'll have their Kickstarter for Volume 2 later on, so you can see those kind of things. It's $20. Our $20 also comes with an additional book in the back. Krunk's Elf Adventures. He said it's a fun, whimsical little story that he put off on the side. It's not ongoing or anything like that. It was just a fun little bit for it. So we've got all that guy here in the store, available for you on our shelves already. So which one you go to next? We got a couple of them left.
Let's touch on Demon Days.
Oh yeah,
Demon Days, and then we'll talk about the other demons.
all right.
So,
The next installment of Demon Days. This is called Blood Feud. Demon Days from Peach Momoko, called Blood Feud, where she has been reimagining the X-Men universe.
mainly the X-Men universe,
Yep.
but she's dipped into the Hulk and Black Widow
Correct.
already.
I mean, literally, the back page of it says Peach Momoko's reimagining of the Marvel universe will be expanding this summer.
Yeah, I like how she's using the characters in non-traditional ways, but you still know who they're referencing. Like when I see the Hulk, even though he's like this huge, large troll, I understand who that is, and you know, it works. I know who she's referencing. I know who she's referencing with the red-headed assassin, Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
You know,
The wolf in here, her sidekick is Wolverine.
yeah, it's a Logan, and in this issue, he gets one of his eyes cut and harmed. So now it's reminiscent of the newest book from Wolverine this week,
Patch.
Patch.
So there's Peach Momoko's Demon Days coming in at $4.99. New one for you on that one for it. And so I'm gonna roll this one and see demons with it. I mean, you can talk about it. I'm gonna go with this one instead.
Yeah.
Wolverine's Patch. Something I'm actually like. I think I want to put like a stand here that I can try and drop this book on so people can see it the whole time. So Wolverine's Patch #1. Yeah, I didn't even read. Like, when was this one? Is this set in the past?
I don't remember if it says
If it has,
when.
Does not say anywhere in there as to when that can see easily. So, but Patch #1, aka Logan, aka Wolverine, known associates.
You know, we're dealing with Nick Fury Sr., so I'm going to assume it's back in the original series of Patch.
Correct. I would agree with that. This is actually set in the past, not part of continuity at present moment.
Right. But
definitely adds a feel of Patch. I mean, if you like Wolverine, if you like
Wolverine, you should like this. If you like the original series where he played the false identity of Patch in Madripoor and some of the things that he dealt with there, which were not always fight, you know, you'll like this one. They do introduce at least one new character, if not two new characters in here that he's dealing with or fighting with. So I liked it. I probably like it as good or better than the first series.
No, cool. So. Very cool. We have demons.
We have demons.
Who
published this one?
This is Dark Horse.
Dark Horse
Bringing it in at $4.99 for the main cover. It's $5.99 on the other ones.
It is a thick book because you get.
It's a thick book.
You get a story, and then you also get the page, the script in the back.
Oh, it does.
It gives you the script for the entire story of that page in the back, plus character notes and things like that.
So the rough sketch that Scott Snyder did, which, you know, it starts off like literally, you know, so back here on the script at the back of it, it says, guys, I can't tell you how excited I am for this, to make something not under corporate pressures and deadlines, something ours. Thank you for doing this. My hope is that every page is enjoyable to work on, and if not, let's say we'll fix it.
Yeah, I really liked it. It reminded me a lot of the. There's a movie called Frailty that starred Bill Paxton, about the Hand of God killer. In this one, you have an event they call FOM, which is the fall of mankind. Demons are real and they're on Earth. And this young lady who just lost her father is dealing with the fact that her father's dead, on top of the fact that now she understands that demons are real and that he used to hunt them. You know, that's a lot to take in. You know, and he had they refer to him as a secret partner. But it turned out to be really good. This is a mature book.
It is definitely a mature book. I like the fact that whoever she ran to see were family members. Like, you're still our goddaughter, but they ended up being some of the demons.
Yeah. Some of the good folk.
Wow. That whole sentence right there has more language in it than I've read in a long time combined.
Yep.
So
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I
I
like the fact that she has a prosthetic arm from here up. She lost it when she was a little girl, and they actually refer to that, how she dealt with that a little bit growing up and having to get new arms every so often. I thought that was a cool idea, and each time they did it, her dad helped make it and maybe make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
And stuff as it went along, and as technology, of course, grew.
Very cool.
But a really good book to read. It is, like I said, it is mature, so be mindful of that. And our last book
we're going to talk about today, that will take us about our time. We're going to try to do about a 30-minute show every Wednesday on this. Just a little info on it. So, first of all, before we get into Harlequin, all these books are available here in our store. If you're not local, by all means, message us. We'll turn around and work on getting it shipped out to you. And we're working on getting all of these listed up onto our website on a regular basis so that you'll be able to just purchase them there if you want to. So check out the website. There's a lot of stuff on there also. We're constantly putting new things on every single week. The young man that works for us, he puts a good 25 to 30 hours a week of just putting new content on the website. So we're always adding more things in for you. So, all right, last book up for tonight is, or for today, morning, night, I don't know. Today. Last book for today, for this week, is Harlequin number 13. Harlequin number 13. The verdict is in. This is the start of a new story arc going on here, where we have an imposter, basically.
Yeah.
A lookalike.
We'll
go then a lookalike. They're not calling themselves Harley, but they
never ever name themselves, but they're dressing in Harley's old costume.
Oh yeah, like in her old, her Batman Adventures.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a different face mask to it. This area right here, but the headdress and suit are all classic animated series Harlequin.
And it pops up like the very first thing she says in the very first episode is, "Hiya, Puddin'," and then someone's like, "Is that Harley Quinn?" ? Now it's a party.
Yeah. So even though she looks and she's kind of acting like Harley Quinn, something is off.
But definitely wherever she's at right here, beating up on some folks. I mean, the bar they're in, dude walks in with a Tommy. So,
yeah,
it's not necessarily bad people that she's blowing away right now. So,
but yeah, I mean it does get a little violent. But because this person has made her appearance to look like Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn we know that is trying to turn over a new leaf and be good is now getting the blame.
I like this part of it. This little sentence here on it says, I have rendered my verdict, and I find them guilty. Finally, justice has come to Gotham.
Yeah. So I believe the new character's name will be called Verdict.
Yep.
And it is a new character introduced in this book. Like I said, this is the first chapter of a new story, so you can jump in here and just pick up and start from scratch. You don't have to go all the way back to issue number 1. So it's a great jumping off point.
I'm looking at even left behind some potential evidence for Harley.
So.
All right, yeah. Looks like a fun one with it. So that's Harlequin number 13. Great jumping off point for you. with that. So this is us on Wednesdays. We turn around. We're going to run this thing every Wednesday morning, about 10 o'clock. Run for about 30 minutes. Don't promise always to start right at 10 o'clock, but as close to it as possible. Nope, you got something else.
So if you like to watch this regularly, and this is only the second one we've done.
Yep, this is our second time with it.
But if you're able to look ahead and see, hey, this book is going to be coming out soon, read it and review it, because we don't go over every book that comes out. So you might be wanting to know about a book that we just didn't hit on for time purposes.
Correct.
But if you want us, if we know that ahead of time, then I can make sure that we have that on the show, and we can say, hey, this is the book, this is what it's about, that's what we think about it.
Yep. We normally hit number ones at the starting of a story arc, but if there's ever something like, hey, I grabbed number one, and I'm kind of curious number two is going to be just as good. Like I read, City of Magic, and his number two, like did it continue well with it? Yeah. We'll let you know those kind of things too.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then ultimately we're going to work on, you're going to see a lot of changes still continue along with this. We're going to turn around and add in at some point an intro in and intro out. Some stuff. So we've got some things going on with it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to continue to change it. Ultimately, we're just here to turn around and try to give you all more knowledge on the comic world and on other things too. So this right here happens to be for comics, but we're going to grab some other things as we go through with this. Maybe some reviewing some new role-playing games and board games and stuff like that. So it's just us here talking to y'all. If there's everything y'all need, let us know. I am Henry. This is Joe. You'll see us regularly out here. And until next time, y'all have a great evening.